Welcome to the Executive Innovation Show podcast, where we bring you real executive conversations with industry game changers and thought leaders. We ask the questions you're thinking, what you're scared to ask, and we make your brain hurt afterward. With your host, Carrie Chitsey Wells, co-founder and CEO of One Touch Video Chat, live video interviews, and the nonprofit Humans Helping Humans.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Knowledge Nugget. We're going to be talking about telehealth marketing in today's healthcare market and how to really market around telehealth in today's episode, brought to you by One Touch Telehealth. You've probably seen the news. There's been a lot of talk on Amazon getting into telehealth and doing a big marketing for that. Walmart is now acquired a company and is going to be in the telehealth space nationwide and pretty much every market in the rural community. Best Buy's talked about being in this space, Sam's Club. And so there's a lot of marketing and big dollars being spent on telehealth and acquiring patients. And so if you're a healthcare provider, a practice group, hospital, in the market today, you really need to have a strategy and a plan around your telehealth marketing. It's not only marketing to your own patients, but also acquiring new patients as well. So let's break down telehealth marketing into two buckets today. The first bucket I want to talk about is to existing patients. So you have existing patients today that are seeing other doctors through telehealth. They could be seeing it through a consumer-based app like a Doc on Demand, or through their insurance carrier, any random doctor, as well as those patients might be going to urgent cares, clinics, seeing those folks via telehealth. So you have patients today that you're losing revenue to that are seeing other doctors through telehealth. In addition, you have these big players coming into the market that will be going after your patients to see those patients through telehealth. So you need to put together marketing and communications to your patients of here are the types of things that you can see us with for telehealth. So if you're going to do telehealth, let's say after hours, instead of taking phone calls, and you want them to use you instead of going to a consumer-based app, you should be sending out emails, putting that on your website, doing marketing to your existing patients, as well as telling them which appointment types that telehealth is available for and marketing that. So if they can do their prescription refills, if they can do labs, if they can do cold, flu, allergy type things through telehealth, that needs to be very clear, top to bottom. So from the front desk folks being able to give patients that option, to having that marketing on your website, to sending out emails about it and communicating that to your internal patients. In addition, you should be looking strategically at your marketing of how you're acquiring new patients and making sure for your new patient marketing that is a selling point. A lot of your Gen Xers that are busy professionals are picking their healthcare providers based on convenience. So if they're looking at your website and they're thinking of using you for themselves, or they're a caregiver for their baby boomer parent, and you don't have anything on your website about offering convenience of telehealth, it may defer them to go to another provider that does have that. So however you're acquiring patients today, whether it's through referrals, whether it's through website, whether it's through SEO, whether it's through social media marketing, you need to be incorporating telehealth marketing in that and mentioning that as an opportunity. So a lot of smaller healthcare providers don't have a lot around their marketing, and it's primarily like referral-based, things like that. But if you're trying to expand beyond the physical locations, incorporating telehealth marketing into that allows you to really expand that reach while acquiring new patients and retaining the patients that you have. So as I talked about at the first of this, with all these big players, with these big budgets coming into telehealth, they're going to be marketing your patients. They're going to be hitting them over and over about the convenience and low cost of seeing them for $10 a visit, $5 a visit, no cost. And so You want to make sure you're ahead of the curve on the telehealth marketing side and that you're being innovative. So you don't have patients getting poached when these guys come into your market, as well as you're retaining the ones that you have. So that's your today's knowledge nugget. As always, please subscribe to get your weekly knowledge delivered to your podcast player of choice. If you have any questions that you want us to address on the podcast, feel free to submit those. We will see you next week.
This podcast has come to a close. To hear more from the Executive Innovation Show podcast, subscribe, submit questions, and share the love. Follow us on social. We're everywhere.